What's up, beautiful humans? I'm just coming live on both screens, so I'll look between the two. What's up? My name is Blythe Langford, your personal freedom coach, and I just wanted to really tune in tonight about the new coronavirus test that they have that goes up the naval capacity, up the navel into the brain, and it actually touches on the cribriform plate, which is where the I don't know how to pronounce them. I've only read the words, but I don't know how to exactly pronounce them. But it goes in the cribriform plate, goes back to the cribriform plate, which actually presses on the olfactory nerves and is able to touch the brain. And I find this very interesting, and I really wanted to tune into why they would need to get mouth swabs and why Big Pharma has provided the coronavirus test that literally goes in the navel cavity and goes and needs to touch part of where the brain is touching on. And it is an extremely painful test, and it can hurt for a few days afterwards. And it can also, people have been known to, their sense of smell goes after that as well. First of all, I would just like you to think about common sense. Like, why would they need to touch your brain or touch your nervous system in order to test a virus? Like, just common sense says that there is no way that this makes sense in any way, shape or form. And when you actually look at it from a health perspective, you can get DNA from a freaking mouth swab. Why the hell do they need to come into any contact with your brain, right? So I'm triggered by this in a few ways. First of all, the first way I'm triggered by this is because what a scam. Pretty much, what a scam. Why would Big Pharma be providing swabs? Big Pharma, the Rockefellers, all have shares in this. You know, why would the Illuminati, the elite, be providing swabs that touch and manipulate your brain, that provides a test that is exceptionally painful and can also damage your sense of smell? Like, one of your senses could potentially be harmed, and also perforate your brain. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And if you are considering going and getting the coronavirus test, then I would definitely think twice about that. If somebody wants you to get a test because they think you might have coronavirus because you have a cough, then before actually trying to get you well, then I would be definitely questioning that person and questioning their agenda, because any person that wants you to get well would want you to get well rather than trying to perforate your brain. So just like common sense, people, like, this can all stop as soon as we stand up and say, no, I'm not allowing you to infiltrate my system. Like, there is nothing, there is everything in the Constitution that protects you from allowing the government, your doctor, actually putting anything into you. So, hello, lovely. So do not allow anybody to put anything into your brain without knowing what the frick it is. And do not allow any body to put anything in your brain, especially when it relates back to Big Pharma, the Rockefellers, and the Illuminati, or anybody that is part of Luciferian worship or satanic ritual abuse, as we all know that they are. They are the ones that provide the chemotherapy. They are the ones that provide the stints that go into people's bodies that end up making you not healthy, but allowing you to be addicted to health care, so they call it. I don't know. Do any people ever really get healthy from that sort of stuff? they don't get healthy. They might survive, but survival is not what we're after here. We are after healthy people that can thrive in the world that we are in, and that is not what they are providing. And I am just very, because I was speaking to somebody today about the test and how painful it was, and the person that had it was a scientist, and to me, I'm like, did you not question why somebody wants to stick something up your nose and put it into your brain? Like, that doesn't actually make any sense for a virus when your DNA can be tested through saliva alone. Like, they're not testing your DNA. They're not even testing anything that severe. It's like a common cold, a flu that they are testing for, right? They don't need to touch your brain. They don't need to infiltrate anything. And so it also makes me question and wonder, we're all talking about the vaccine and stay away from the vaccine, and I 100% think stay away from the vaccine, but we're all talking about stay away from the vaccine, stay away from nanotechnology, stay away from them putting anything in your body like that. But what if these swabs contain particles of what they wanted to put in the vaccine, but because too many people are awake with that now, they're doing something even smarter, and the second wave comes through. The second wave, so Bill Gates has already said that there's going to be a second wave soon. You'll see this second wave come through. And what if that second wave is created through the tests of the coronavirus, right? What if it is because people are getting their brains perforated, or they're putting something in there already? Like, maybe it's not the vaccine that has the vaccine definitely will have the technology in there that we're talking about that is going to be nanobot technology, but what if it's in these tests as well? And how many of the people that died of coronavirus already had these tests? Because not many people die of the flu, right? Not many people, unless they are ready to go. So, and look at all the information that is out there at the moment. There is so many members of the government that have put out their statements that literally say anybody that goes into the hospital that dies is written down as a death from coronavirus. So all of these deaths are scams. How can a country like Taiwan with 21 million people only have had 7 deaths? How? When countries when they can't practice social distancing because there's too many people in their country to literally practice social distancing. So how come we are following the Luciferian state of the world, which is Italy, and France, where they are practicing social distancing, where they are getting all the tests, and where they've all had over 30,000 cases of 30,000 deaths? Why are we following the people that are not having great success? Why aren't we following the countries that have had great success, that are doing very simple things like giving people asthma the same treatment as asthma because it's a respiratory disease, and they are having 100% success rates? There is, on my feeds I've put out there already, there are doctors in Texas, there are all of Taiwan, in Japan, countries where there's masses of amounts of people that are having 100% success rates. Yet we are following suit of countries, like I said, like Italy and like France, where they've had the most amount of deaths. Why are we copying people that are failing? Why aren't we copying people that are succeeding? Just a question. I just ask you to question. I'm just asking you to question what is out there, because it all sounds like a scam. And I'm also asking you to question people touching your brain on any, just listen. Somebody wants to infiltrate your brain. Why would that be okay for you? When on any given day would that be okay? It's never going to be okay. So just stop. Stop the stupidity and use your freaking common sense and wake up and share the information with other people so that they don't need to have their brains manipulated, so that they don't have to have their nervous system touched, so that they don't have to lose their sense of smell. It makes absolutely no sense. The best thing that you can do for your health is strengthen your immune system. it's so easy that because we are so manipulated that we need to think that everything needs to be complicated. Oh no, I literally need to put a swab up my nose into my brain to test and see if I'm okay. Rather than going home and looking after my health for a few days, or getting into nature, or getting into the ocean, or getting into the forest, or getting into the bush. Like, seriously, like, your brain is getting tampered with. When on any given day will that be okay? I just wanted to put that out there because it makes no sense unless you actually look at what it is and you think, why would somebody want to perforate my brain? Because put it this way, if something was going through here, that'd be called a lobotomy, right? So you would have no sense going on. It's nonsense, right? But to go up here, we're just going to walk into the doctor's surgery and allow them to do that. Some people are even paying for them to do that. It's like a mild lobotomy, right? So I just want you to question and just really think about the choices that you make, and that it's not necessary, and to use your common sense, and just to really not trust the people that are literally wearing a face mask and administering things up people's noses when there is no research, when there is no actual long-term side effects that have been able to have been looked into or researched. Like, we have literally countries with 21 million people that are having 100% success rates. We have many doctors all through the United States. I've put them up on my feeds. Many of them have gotten taken down, but that are up on my feeds that are having 100% success rates from something that has been tested over the last 20 years. It has got proof. Even though I don't believe in coronavirus, I literally don't. People can say, oh my gosh, but people are dying. Healthy people are going in and they're dying. Are those healthy people getting tested for coronavirus? Are they getting their brains perforated by this test? Are they going on ventilators when they don't need them? Because this will literally kill somebody, right? So don't think that, oh my gosh, they just got killed because they have coronavirus. No, they're getting manipulated by doctors and governments because they make money out of people dying. They're trying to thin the population. So don't trust these people, because it's out there, people. This is not a conspiracy anymore. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. These are just logical facts from people that are going out there, like, actually testing all of these things. So just wake up, share truth, and say no. It is against the law for people to put something in your brain unless you give them permission. So don't give them permission, because it's not okay for somebody to perforate your brain, right? It's not okay to get a lobotomy unless you want to be a numb person, unless you want to be a complete zombie, unless you want to potentially have nanobot technology put into your brain, because that is a possibility. Big Pharma is a fucking evil company. They poison our food each and every single day. They literally put heavy metals in our foods on purpose so that we have to use their pharmaceuticals. So why do you think that they would create a friendly test for people at the moment? They're an evil company. They're already poisoning you. Like, it doesn't make any sense unless they want to poison you on purpose, right? And you are literally allowing that to happen. So I just wanted to put this out there and share, because it's next level, not okay. So please use your common sense, share with other people, say no to the coronavirus brain puncturing test, because it makes no sense. And look after your health. Your health is your number one weapon against everything. If you have got good health, which everybody has access to, if you have got good health, then you are literally a weapon for peace. You are literally switched on, and your common sense will turn on, and your monkey mind and your mental suffering can end. And that's what this is all about. It's about you having a beautiful life. You don't need to suffer through life. You don't need to live in pain. You don't need to live in a mental prison, and you don't need to live in an unhealthy body. If you want to feel happiness and joy, it is available to you right now. And it starts with you just doing the simplest of things that, because they are so simple, we think that we don't even want to go there, because it's like, no, I have to go and do something way more out there to be able to be happy, when you could literally just eat fruit for breakfast, drink lots of water every morning, and eat lots of fruit and veg and minerals, and get into nature. It's literally that simple. It does not need to be, Pete. Pete is Pete's where I buy all of my, what would I call you, Pete? I would call you like he's the one that I recommend everybody to go and get their vitamins from. He's the one it's his shop. So I guess you'd be like my doctor, because I get all my fruit and vegetable from your place, and all my supplements, because I know that he has certified organic ingredients and they are freaking next level, right? So I know that he will never have anything that has heavy metals in there. I know that I can always go in there and rely on him to give me a common sense answer to everything. And he's got my best interest at heart, because he wants people to be healthy. And that's literally what this is. It's a war on our mental and physical health, right? So step up, say no, and don't let people put shit in your brain. Whether it be a bloody coronavirus test, or whether it be eating shitty food, or whether it be heavy metals. Get the fuck outside. Get fruit and veg in your body. Drink clean water. Stop drinking fluoride water, and have your supplements. And as Pete tells me, and as I have every single day, pharmaceutical grade, vitamin C, as much as you can literally get in there. Have all your minerals, as many as you can. And get off your devices as often as possible. Like, I know a lot of people, when they're out in nature, they're taking their phones and doing all the things and putting it all over social media. Let that be your time when you do not have a device on you, because generally when you're inside, you're always looking at a device. Like, that's why I don't post much about me being outside, because I'll literally spend at least 3-4 hours a day outside without my fucking devices, because I want a time where my brain does not have frequency fucking with it, right? So just get out there as much as you can. Get the sunlight literally in through your eyes, into your pineal, onto your crown, into your vessel as often as possible. Go and swim in the ocean. Go and swim in the waterfalls and the rivers and the creeks. Wash and cleanse your aura with natural flowing water from source. Like, be as healthy as you can, because you are a fucking weapon. Your body is your weapon, right? And if these things are feeling like you're believing mainstream media and shit, then you need to do a detox, because you have been infiltrated. Your brain has been infiltrated. So do a detox, cleanse, just go on fruit and vegetables. And this isn't something that Pete believes in, this is what I believe in. Go and do a raw food detox for a while, and detox all of the shit out of your body, and make sure that you're having certified organic fruit and vegetables, because otherwise, if you are not, you are literally putting heavy metals in your body, and they are manipulating your intuition as well, and shutting off your pineal gland, and allowing you not to be able to drop into your heart, so that you can actually use your common sense and really access your spiritual gifts, and access your intuition, and access all of the joy and beauty that is really out there in the world. So I would just encourage you as much as possible to not have the coronavirus test, detox your body, get rid of the heavy metals, because you've got to remember as well, we are coming into a huge planetary, we're already obviously going through a huge planetary shift. You can all feel like the changes all the time. Well, this is nothing, between September and December, and especially in December, it's a huge planetary alignment, right? So your body needs to be really healthy and clean by then, because if you've got a lot of heavy metals in you, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel like a bag of shit if you make it. So just make sure you are detoxing your body before then, so you can be really nice and healthy, so that you can be primed and prepped to feel this beautiful time, okay? So I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into the coronavirus tests, and who's using them, and who is... Sorry, it must have get nice improvement. I don't know what you mean, mate. I don't know what you mean, Kay. But yeah, really just remember that the health system isn't working. It hasn't ever worked. It's a disease control system. It is not health care. It is not there to get you healthy. It is there to get you on drugs for the rest of your life so that you are yet again another slave in the system of disease control. So don't get the coronavirus tests. Don't allow people to put anything in your body, unless it is from an organic source from the earth, then it's a no. Because if it's created in a lab where they create these diseases as well, how can you trust these people? They want to fuck with your brain and your nervous system, like among other things, but that's just what one of the tests of coronavirus does, literally guys, wake up and ask questions, be curious, do your research. And if it doesn't feel right to you, say no. And don't trust everybody. Don't trust me. Go and look at some research, I'm researching all the time, but also don't just depend on other people for your research. But if it resonates for you and it feels right in your heart, then don't do it. But if you're watching mainstream TV as well, then, and that feels right to you at that moment in time, then do a detox out those heavy metals, because your pineal gland's probably been manipulated with as well. So I hope that gives you a little bit of insight, and it makes you want to think twice about the coronavirus test, and it also maybe share this with anybody that's thinking about the coronavirus test, or that's already had the coronavirus test, so that they don't get another one. Because having your brain messed with once is already one thing, but having it messed with multiple times, seriously, guys, our brain is really important. It tells you something if people are going to have these tests and then afterwards they're losing their sense of smell. Literally a part of their brain is shutting off because it's been perforated. The first sense to actually come online is the sense of smell, and they're literally taking that away from you. That's not okay. It's the same as when I had the cervical cancer vaccine and then I got cervical cancer. They're doing these things to us, and we're allowing it to happen because we don't know any better. And the reason that I'm so passionate about these things is because I don't want anybody else to experience these things. It's not necessary. It's sick. The people that are doing this to us are literally uneducated, and the people that are actually providing all these drugs and all of the things are fucking sick. So just say no. Get educated, say no, and share this message because it's really fucking important, okay? My name's Blythe Langford, personal freedom coach from Sydney, Australia. I hope wherever you are, you have a beautiful evening and you really start to look after your health and get curious and common sense, okay? I love you.